We've been discussing the general all year long prohibition against music that Chazal made when the Sanhedrin was batel. And regarding Sefirah HaOmer, which we'll talk about now because it's Sefirah HaOmer, or we could talk about this during the 3 weeks and the 9 days. To my knowledge, this is not especially brought in the Shas or in the Rambam or in the Shulchan Aruch or in the Ramah, that you're not allowed to listen to music during Sefirah HaOmer. The reason probably it's not brought is because you're never supposed to listen to music unless you have a heter to listen to music. So what's the difference between Sefirah HaOmer and all year round? The source of it, as far as I know, the source of it, the earliest source of it is the Magen Avram, which is an important source. So the Magen Avram, which is basically our minhagim, Magen Avram says that during the Sefirah HaOmer, he says it twice, in Taf Tzadik Gimel with Sefirah HaOmer, and Taf Kuf Nun Aleph, he says it regarding the 3 weeks, that our minhag is limnoya mi rikudim u'mecholos. Stay away from dancing, from bands, like mecholos, circles. Mecholos means, Jewish dance, Jewish dance, right? Stay simcha dancing. You stay away from that during the Sefirah HaOmer, and this Magen Avram was brought by the Aruch HaShulchan, and it's brought by the Mishnah Berurah and Taf Tzadik Gimel. So that became the minhag. I want to show you that I was just learning this from Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach. This is in Halichas Shlomo Chelik Beis. It says, Yesh li mana, he writes, Yesh li mana b'yamim elu mikol shira hamoireres l'rikud u'mechol. He explains the minhag. The minhag is that we stay away from any kind of singing or music, even singing, which is going to bring one to start dancing. Avol shira, in other words, like dancing music, that's what's usher. Avol shira hamiroimemes es ha'adam. But let's say there's a song which picks us up spiritually. Miroimemes es ha'adam. We just feel more closer to Hashem when we sing that song or play that song. It doesn't make you dance. It doesn't make you be misameach. It just meromemes ha'adam, says Rav Shlomo Zalman, muteris. That's his lashon. That type of music is muter. This is what everybody's asking about. But it's different than what he's saying is different than what everybody like sort of learned to ask. But I get depressed if I don't listen to music. I have a hard time, acknowledging that level of fragility to the human mind. That if you don't listen to music, you don't get depressed. You get depressed. I mean, it's like you have to deal with that. Usually, just putting on some guy is not going to make you happy, maybe. But but he's saying a different gedder completely. He's saying that this minhag that originated with the Magen Avram is a minhag of rikudim. Like we don't do rikudim, and along with it is musical instrumentation and possibly even singing, if it's all about singing. So about dancing rather. So that dancing is actually the minhag. That's what Rav Shlomo Zalman explains. It's actually the dancing or music that can bring to dancing music, which is usher. Besides for that, there's no avos miros. I'm just continuing with his language. Avos mir she'enam l'simcha, elo l'kavod. It's an interesting. Lo yadanu shum makar le'iser. So says the Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach. Doesn't know any makar for answering something which is l'kavod. What's l'kavod mean? What would be a case of l'kavod? Graduation music? Hail to the chief, or the students graduate, da 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 da, or something like that. Da 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 da. Right? That's some kind of goyish abokarsish avodah zarah niggin, but that's mutter.
I was talking here about during the year during Sefirah.
So I shifted to Sefirah, meaning the point is that during the year that's Gemara. But whatever heter you have during the year, and thank you for focusing me, somehow we are matter during the year for a number of reasons. So comes Rav Moshe, Rav Shlomo Zalman, Rabbi Yaacov, all our poskim, and they say, okay, but let's be machmer at least during the 3 weeks. Let's be machmer at least during the Sefirah HaOmer. But what is the chumrah? The chumrah is music. This is the chumrah. The chumrah is in the minhag of the Magen Avram. The chumrah is music that is used, is dancing music, meaning you use it when you dance, or it will make you dance. But if it's not that kind of music, as they say, any roya b'zeh shum iser makar iser. It all comes from this Magen Avram. He brings her also Rabbi Yaacov. Read you the lashon, the Sefirah. Na'agu lahachmer b'chumra yisera b'mei hasfira. We're very machmer during the Sefirah. La'asar shmias kli zemer yoiser mikol yemois hashana. The words of Rabbi Yaacov and Ashrei Ha'ish. U'be'emes harbe hi'iru d'mayin negunim l'rikudim v'mochaylos. But what's wrong with singing? You're not supposed to dance. The Magen Avram says you're not supposed to do rikudim v'mochaylos. So Rabbi Yaacov says, ein l'zeh makar. El shekol hashana haminhag lahater ubesfira haminhag lesser. So it's, if you read this carefully, he's being more machmer. In other words, he's saying the minhag is to be aser what's mutter. So it comes down to this. I'm just to make a sikkum that this type of thing is always aser. Brisker Rav didn't listen to music all year round. Didn't listen to music. Chassan is mutter to listen to music. We do for whatever heter we use. So it comes to the poskim, the great poskim, and they say, even if our minhag is lahatir all year round, maybe we just don't have the kochas and nefesh for it, or the generation needs it and all that. But on Sfiras Omer, we should be machmer. What should you be machmer on? Bottom line is singing, dancing music, simcha music, music that can bring you to rikudim and muchaylos. Somebody says, I'm taking guitar lessons, going to take my first 2 guitar lessons during the Sfiras Omer. I mean, usually that, or violin lessons, that usually causes people to run out of the house, not to dance. So, like it has to be a little bit seichel here of what the Magen Avram said the minhag is to aser.